Welcome back to the Copper Connection podcast. I'm your host, Chris Bailey, and today's episode is all about the money. If you've got a solid idea, whether it's a new tool, an on-site service, or even a bit of software, at some point you're going to ask, how the hell do I pay for this? And more importantly, how do you manage the money without bleeding it dry within 6 months? This episode is packed with real talk about funding options, planning cash flows, key financial numbers every business owner needs to know, especially if you're in the UK construction or building services game. So first of all, where is the money coming from? So we've got several options. Let's talk about your options. Whether you are starting or looking to scale, you've got choices. The key is picking the right choice for your stage. We can start with bootstrapping. This is using your own savings or profits from your side hustles to fund early growth. The beauty of doing this, you stay in control. You don't owe anybody any interest or shares, but it limits how fast you can grow. We then have our loans and credit. You can get business loans, overdraft, start loans. These are backed by the UK government. You'll need a decent credit score and a solid business plan to get these off. Unfortunately, interest does apply, obviously, so you will have to pay it back with interest, but it gives you a boost without giving away any part of your company. Then we've got equality investors. You could have angel investors or venture capitalists. They put money in for exchange of a slice of the business. This is ideal for high growth or tech heavy ideas, but it's long term. And you give up some control. They expect updates, targets, and preferably a seat on the table. When I say a seat at the table, that's the board table, because if you are going into a quality investment, you will need to have a board. One area a lot of people don't think about or even try is crowdfunding. Sites like Kickstarter or Crowdcube, you can get funding and early customer validation. If you've got an idea and you do a crowdfunding page, you will get instant feedback. If it's viable, is it going to work, and are people going to pay? Works well for physical products like apps or training tools, but you need a slick campaign and a clear promise that you are going to adhere to. And then we can come across our grants and competitions. This is a big one for the UK entrepreneurs looking to innovate UK, local council schemes or construction specific grants. The beauty with these, because they are grants, you don't need to pay. There's no equity lost, but you'll need to tick all the boxes, like sustainability or skills and training. Also, check your local LEP, your local enterprise partnership, for regional funding options. They may be running certain programs that might fit your app or idea. So now we know where we're getting our funding from. We need the money plan. Let's say you've raised 5, 10, 15,000 or even £50,000. What's next? You're going to need a business plan. This is not a 30-page snooze fest, just something that shows what you're selling, who's buying it, how much it costs you, and the profit you can make. Including this, your timelines, your budgets, and realistic sales estimates. Investors and banks want clarity, not hype. Then you're going to need a cash flow forecast. Cash flow is king. You can be profitable on paper, but still run out of money. You need to track what's coming in and when. What's going out and when. When payments are due, especially important in construction where client delayed payments does exist and is a pain. Use spreadsheets or accounting software like QuickBooks, Xero or Free Agent. Set reminders, but ultimately know your numbers. There's 3 numbers we need to remember. Let's break them down. 3 terms every business owner, especially in construction, must understand. First of all, we have our break-even point. This is the moment your revenue equals your expenses. You're not in profit, but you're not losing money either. So, for example, if your costs are £3,000 a month and you charge £500 per install, you will need to do 6 jobs as a minimum to break even. It helps you set sales targets and pricing correctly, and for what the customer needs as well. Secondly, and for me, this is probably the most important, your burn rate. How fast are you spending your money? If you've got £20,000 in the bank and you're burning through 4,000k a month, you've got 5 months of runway. Lower your burn rate by managing costs tightly, especially in the early days of building anything. And thirdly, you need to understand your ROI, your return on investment. Are you getting your money's worth? If you're spending £2,000 on new tools, that saves £4,000 in labour over 6 months, then your ROI is 100%. That is a good investment. Same goes for ads, training, softwares. Always ask, what's the return? Bonus tip, track your ROI on marketing spend. If you're spending £300 a month on Instagram ads and land 2k of work, that's a win. If not, you need to either cut it or tweak it. We have to get a money mindset. Think like a builder and a CFO. If you're starting something, you've got to think like a builder and a business owner. That means every tool, service or hire has to earn its keep. Don't chase shiny objects. Chase value. Understand the difference between an expense and an investment. You need to track everything. Set weekly budget reviews or even monthly budget reviews and get help when needed. A good accountant is worth every penny. And that is key, guys. Do not shy away from asking for help. If you are great in one aspect but rubbish in another, find somebody who's good in that aspect you're rubbish at, because together you'll be better. Okay, all right, that's the episode 2 done, where we've talked about where the money comes from, how to plan and protect it, and the 3 numbers that can make or break your business. Next up in episode 3, how to scale smart. We're talking about growth strategies, when to hire, how to expand without losing your mind or your margins. If it's helped you out, drop a follow, leave a review and share it with someone else who's thinking of making their side hustle official. This is a Copper Connection podcast. Let's build something that lasts. Don't forget, you can head over to the Copper Connection podcast.store where you can get access to our podcast, all the merchandise that we've created to go along with the podcast, and the way you could support us delivering more. You can subscribe with Spotify and YouTube from our store channel. So head over, have a look, even grab yourself something. Thank you.